everyone, it's Savannah back from the beauty school and I'm here with my lovely model Candice today. How are you going?
Great.
That's good. We're here today to speak all about the brows. We'll go through a demonstration on a lighter brow, which is great for day makeup, and a stronger brow, which is best for evening makeup. Now, there are lots of different products that you can use to apply brows. You've got your pencils, pomades, and powders. So I'll show you a bit of a mixture today. So firstly, I'm going to show you the more natural brow look, which is best for day makeup. Now, I really like using a pencil for this technique, as you can be very, very light with the application. Always make sure that you're cleaning your pencils by sharpening it, wiping it down with a disinfectant or spraying your isopropyl alcohol. This will help with killing any bacteria. So it's super important that you're not twisting the pencil up too high, as this will break straight away when you apply it on the skin. Just twist it up enough so that you can get the product out. I'm going to come underneath first, and I'm just going to really lightly stroke. Notice how I'm not pulling it all the way, as if we'll put too much product on our skin. Just very lightly dragging it across. I'm then going to use the pencil to draw little strokes and just fill in the arch of the brow, and then creating a tail. Next, I'll come in with a spoolie. It's really important that you're using a disposable spoolie on clients so that you're not cross-contaminating any bacteria from previous clients. I'm just really gently dragging that spoolie through the brow. How's the pressure? That's not too rough?
Nice.
It's all right.
It's nice. It's relaxing.
Perfect. And we're just going in upwards motions, like so. And I'll ask you to look at me for a second, please. Now, once that's brushed through, I've noticed that it's still a bit light through her arch, so I'm gonna come back in. Don't be afraid to come back in. That's completely fine. So there we have a very, very natural brow. If you want to make it a little bit sharper, you can use a bit of concealer with a flat brush. This will give it a little bit more definition. I'll show you that. So I'm just going to open up the color wheel, which is a foundation wheel. You can use it as foundation or concealer. Now, it's super important when using products like this that you decant it onto a palette using a spatula. This will help with any cross-contamination. Now, for your more natural brow, I like to carve just underneath, just so it's a more lifted effect and it's not too bold. So get your chin up, please. Thank you. Just really lightly going underneath. Now, you can use concealer or foundation for this step and just blend it into the eye. Just coming in with the beauty blender to really gently blend that. Now, if you feel like your brow is too dark for a natural look, you can actually use your sponge to gently dab over the brow. This will pick up any excess product. Great, and there we have it, your more natural brow. And we'll come in and do the more full brow now, which is great for evening. And I really like to use a pomade for this technique, as it is a thicker consistency and will give a more full coverage brow. So I'm going to use an angled brush and my pomade to create this full coverage brow. And I'm just going to dip it into the pomade and cover both sides of the angled brush. And I like to start by underneath, just drawing a line all the way to the tail. Now, notice how I'm holding it closer to the brush hairs. This is going to give me a bit more control and allow me to place a little bit more product because of the pressure. And if I hold it back here, it's going to give me a little bit more control to put lighter product. Right, I'm coming around the arch of the brow now. Now, Candice has got lovely shaped brows, so this is making my life a whole lot easier from our lovely tutor, Bianca. Same thing. Same thing. You were a tutor. But if someone has bushier brows, it's important that you're creating a shape that's going to suit them best. So always taking a step back to make sure you've got symmetry and it suits their facial features. Now, I'm not going to put too much product towards the front of the brow because this will make her look like she has very blocky brows, which we don't want. So I basically just apply it on the underneath, and I'll use a spoolie in a moment to brush that product upwards. But the rest of the brow I'm filling in with my pomade. You're looking
I'm like,
a little archy. Great, so I'm going to use my disposable spoolie again just to brush that front product up, and then also just pushing it through the rest of the brows. Now once I've taken a step back, I've noticed the arch is a little bit too high for her. So there's a way that we can fix this, and it'll also make the brows look nice and defined. And that's by using a concealer and a flat brush. So with my flat brush and concealer, I'm going to come and draw all around that brow and slightly cutting it towards the top so that we can get rid of that high arch. Now this step is best done before you put powder on, as putting concealer over powder can make it look really cakey. So I like to do this halfway between my makeup before I put any powder on. Otherwise, you can also do it before, at the very start of your makeup. Now I'm going to come underneath and do the same technique as we just did on the more natural brow, just carving out the bottom. We want those brows on fleek. Back to 2016 days. If your client has smaller lids, this is a really good technique to be able to have a little bit more room to apply product. Otherwise, you can also slightly pull their brow up as well. I'm using my beauty blender to blend the concealer around the brow. Be very careful when you're using the beauty blender at this stage, as you don't want to interrupt that line that you've just created with the concealer, because we really want these brows to be nice and defined. Great, so I'm noticing in my brow that I'm feeling like the front of my brow is a little bit too heavy. So I'm going to use my beauty blender and I'm just going to gently dab the front, as this will lift any of that extra product. You can also come back in with your pomade if you want to define any other areas, just very lightly. And there we have it, your two different brows. We've got the more defined one and the more natural one. Stay tuned as we'll be discussing more fluffy brows in upcoming videos. But if you want to learn even more about the brows, be sure to check out our professional makeup artistry certificate, and you'll get to deal with some lovely tutors and learn some amazing tips on makeup. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hit that bell button for more videos soon. Thanks. Bye. Bye.